This Week in Green. The island of Cyprus is home to a brand new piece of artwork, and it lives underwater. The Museum of Underwater Sculptures is the work of Jason DeClaire Taylor, an environmentalist and sculptor who built it specifically to help biodiversity thrive in the area. The installation consists of 93 works of art made of stainless steel and a pH-neutral concrete. The materials were sculpted with a textured surface to allow corals, sponges, and other microscopic organisms to grow on them, much as they do on shipwrecks in the sea. The museum is placed between 8 and 10 meters in the ground so as to attract scuba divers and snorkelers. This simultaneously draws visitors away from the more sensitive natural reefs, allowing them the space and the time to recover, while also creating a living, breathing artwork that invites a consideration of environmental issues in the ocean. While this is expected to create thousands of new homes for fish in the area, the Aquatic Office of Urban Housing and Development warns that without proper regulation, Wall Street landlords are likely to jack up rent prices and force good, hardworking fish onto the streets, which would be devastating because they require water to breathe. Those are my jokes. That's all I've got, Jacob. That's good of a joke as I can come up with.
It's a great joke. You know, I was so moved and invested in listening to you and looking busied and distracted.
You did look busy and distracted.
That I
gotta give you credit for that.
I let the joke echo within my brain, and now here comes the laugh.
That's all I ask for.
That's a great
story. If there's a good time delay, that's all. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a pretty awesome way to do it, I think.
It really is.
And apparently he has a few of these around the world, and he's making more and more of them, and tries to change what the message is in each of the underground artworks, depending upon where it is and what he thinks that area could use is for its
so cool.
You know, for its message. Kind of neat. Apparently, Jacob.
Yes.
Only 15% of the seabed has a solid enough substratum to allow reefs to form naturally.
Solid substratum.
Yeah, so basically just 15% of the ocean is suitable for coral reefs to grow.
Wow.
So that makes it kind of complicated when you start to poison the areas that they could grow naturally. It makes it there's less places for these kind of reefs to develop.
Wow.
So what's really exciting and neat about this is it provides a whole big, wonderful space for that to happen, and also a tourist attraction, a place where, you know, part of the artwork is to sort of give environmental messages and social messages and teach people about what we can do to help while you're scuba diving underwater and looking at a bunch of fish and coral and cool neat things like that.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Have you ever scuba dived?
I have not scuba dived.
But you snorkeled.
I've snorkeled.
It's a snorkeler.
And I feel like when I hold my breath and snorkel underwater for like a couple of seconds, that I'm basically scuba diving.
Yeah, basically.
It's almost the same. And then I come up out of the water and then shoot the water out of the top like a whale.
Wow. I have never gone snorkeling or scuba diving, but I would love. Well, I would like to snorkel. Scuba diving kind of makes me a little nervous. A little bit. It's an intense process. You can get the bends. All that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably only get the bends, which is like if you go super deep, right?
Yeah. Or if you spend too much time listening to Radiohead.
Oh.
That also will give you the bends.
Great joke. That was awesome.
The terrible jokes will continue to come here.
No, that was so good. That was
This
so
Week in
good.
Green.
That's so good.
Just before we move on, they place them in remote spots. So spots where reefs would never grow and where fish don't often go naturally.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One is it pulls people away so that people are actually going to places where the fish aren't, which I mentioned a little bit in the story, but that's kind of an important point.
Yes.
The second one is it gives like a new home, new homes for fish to go hang out to that they didn't have before.
Yeah.
And then the thing that they said was really cool is that over time, these sculptures naturally change as nature takes hold. So like the sculptures, just because depending upon how things grow on them, they kind of look different. Like different people will get fun hair and kind of stuff like that, depending upon what kind of reefs they get.
Oh. Fascinating story, and I love what they're doing, and it's really creating a great environment for our water life, I guess you'd say. Ocean life? Ocean.
Ocean life.
Ocean life. Water life.
We'll have more for you soon.